The problem is you can't tell the truth in this thing. That's an annoying thing. The Olympics is a revenue generator, and no matter how hard you say this, people, especially the politicians, can't get their head to it because they spend their total time looking at cost. Cost, cost. They don't worry about revenue.
That comes later.
No, revenue isn't their problem. It's a tax. With them, it's a tax, so they get their money. It doesn't matter. For the businessman, he has to look at the revenue source and the cost source. The politicians have no, they don't know how to do that. And the Olympics is a revenue-driven deal. So, you know, one of their arguments now is, look at what happened to Calgary. Calgary quadrupled from their budget. You know, why Calgary quadrupled from the budget? Because the truth of the Olympics is, it's dumb to make a profit. It's stupid to make a deficit too, but it's dumb to make a profit. And the reason is, if you make a profit, everybody wants a piece of it. Now, if you make a profit, 50%'s got to go to the Canadian Olympic Association to piss away on whatever they do. And another 10%'s got to go to the International Olympic Committee, who've got more money than they need. So my job is to keep as much money in Toronto as I can, without giving it to other people. I don't want it. The International Olympic Committee will get $300 million out of the Toronto Olympics. Why should we give them $350?
Well, what do they do with it?
And they give it to third world countries. Okay, nothing wrong with that. But when you've already given them $300 million, why would you give them $350? We got lots of places here we can use $50 million. All right. Now, you should come up. The interesting thing, the contract, the IOC takes a slice off. So we got a whole bunch of revenue-generating schemes, but we're afraid to tell. The reason we're afraid to tell, if I have a in-depth discussion with City Hall, it will get to the opponents faster than if I telephoned them myself. All right? We had a problem with the railway lines, and we had a very, very serious in-depth discussion with the department heads at City Hall. Next morning at 10 o'clock, from the two corporations that we were trying to finesse, one was going to go to the Ontario Municipal Board to sue us, and the other one was making a press conference, and did make a press conference against the Olympics on a secret discussion that went on at 4 o'clock the day before. So when you say, I don't trust these guys, I don't trust them.
It's quite obvious.
Now I'll give you an example. 100% of the gate receipts go to the organizer. 100% of bums and seats goes to the organizer. Now can you believe this? When they designed the Dome Stadium, I went and said, this is whatever, 1996, we may get the Olympic Games. I think this is pretty good for a little plumber from Toronto. I said, take the corporate boxes for the Olympic Games out of the contract for the corporate box holders.
How'd they react?
Nobody thought we were going to get the Olympics, so that's what they did. So the corporate box holders don't have the right for the boxes during the Olympic Games. Do you know what those boxes will go for? To the corporate wheels during the Olympic Games?
How much? Well, first of all, how much do they pay now?
I don't know. Ask them. But for the 2 weeks of the Olympic Games, what do you think? For 20 seats in a corporate box.
Thousands. I have no idea.
$500,000 each. All right? Because that's what a corporate box at the Super Bowl goes for $100,000. Just for one football. It's $500,000 for a tent at the Masters Club. Okay. So I had to take it out. But I'm telling you, if I tell the City Council that on Friday, by Monday, the International Olympic Committee will be sending a directive to us saying the corporate boxes will be given to the corporate sponsors of the International Olympic. All right?
That's their right.
Yeah. But and so we've kept it out of our documents because you know how many corporate boxes there are? 141. So multiply 141, how many, what did I say, half a million?
$500,000.
That's $70 million, in case you think we're talking about petty cash for 2 weeks. And then the socialists stand up and say, these revenue things aren't right. I know they're not right. Because as soon as I tell them exactly how much money this thing's gonna be, everybody wants a piece of it. And my job is to keep the money here. And because these people, they don't trust anybody, and they got this goddamn bureaucracy, I mean, it's just, I'm gonna write one. I tell you what, when you finish, we'll write a book on the whole goddamn thing.
Okay. Well, thanks very much for your
Thanks.
time. Let you know how this works out.
And the corporations in the last 6 months have been absolutely knocking the shit out of them because they think we're gonna win. They want their corporate boxes in the dome. And I said, no, don't go to me.
Okay.